All right. Good afternoon. Thank you for your time and the opportunity for us to share the market opportunities that we are having today. Today, we're looking at one of the altcoins that are really doing well. We're looking at Loopring. Loopring, and the symbol is LRC. LRC. Loopring has been a very active coin since November last year in the crypto space. It has been doing tremendously well. So we'll be looking at some fundamentals and technicals that has been backing this asset to support its future activities. Just as I'll be predicting what will be happening the next couple of days to come in around this particular asset. Sitting on 1.06 dollar as of today, as at this very moment we're speaking, we discovered that Loopring is one of the assets that's built on Ethereum blockchain. It's an Ethereum token, and it's equally housed on Solana network. These are the two networks that you can find this particular crypto asset. So again, we say that it has a market capitalization of 1.4 billion dollars, and it have a total market supply of 1.3 uh, billion LROC in circulation. So this is a very promising asset, being that the supply it's huge, but the capitalization it's actually surpassing the market supply. So that tells you that actually this is a very active project. It's a very good project that is attracting investors to come in for people to buy off the assets from the shelves. So that is telling you that this is a very wonderful crypto asset. So what's around the? Let's see the white paper. Let's see what is there in the white paper. What's supporting this project? Why when when we say that this it's a good project? What makes the project so very viable that we can now say that this is a very um, trusted project that we can beat our chest and want to put our money. So we have Loopring as one of the token that will be helping us solve the issue of uh, uh, exchanges. Exchanges. Let's just see. Uh, in Loopring Protocol 3, you want to improve the throughput of the protocol significantly. We can do this by using this code and as much as work possible to do off chain, and we also verify work on chain. So let's just go straight to what the white paper is saying. Let's just get it very clear. uh, let's get okay. Off-chain basis and guaranteed to be available for a short time in the future, which allows us the centralized exchange like experience a DEX exchange settled a ring off chain and immediately show the final result to the users without waiting for on-chain settlement. What does that imply? Is that you're helping the doing activities on the centralized to the decentralized. So those who activities are on the centralized exchanges, like Binance, for instance, is a very good centralized example of a centralized exchange. To let's say Trust Wallet and MetaMask, which are on the decentralized application on those wallets, those are decentralized platforms. So this will be mitigating or like helping to solve the challenges of moving funds across to from decentralized to decentralized. So the project it makes activities around the market so easy that those who will be doing all of those activities, this Loopring will be providing such solutions. So that is one areas we look at and say that this could be a viable project that will help the crypto space in the area of the ease of transaction. So let's see what's happening around the community, what's causing those information, how is it affecting the response of the community. See the holders has been tremendously increasing since March this year, and we've seen that 22nd, that was yesterday. We've seen a tremendous before yesterday. We see a tremendous increase in the holders of this particular asset. So that's a very good one. And when we look at this kind of things, we say that this is a very good opportunity for us to look at and begin to take our decisions before we act in this market. So another one we look at, what are the news around this asset, the news information that are coming up around Loopring. So let's see briefly what it's up on Loopring today. So when we see this, we will now get to understand how this could equally help us determine the activities around Loopring. Okay, Tori, this happened just 2 hours ago. Loopring was one of the market number 8217, all right, on the market capitalization, but best performing altcoin back in November 2021. So this was one of the best performing altcoin and it did over 10x. So if you have your money, let's say $1,000 on Loopring in November, it gives you times 10 of that return. So that is one good instance where we look at these physical assets in this crypto space. So let's go to the technicals. What are the technicals saying? What are these technicals supporting this particular crypto asset? So when we look at all of these things, we begin to draw a conclusion how this could be a very good opportunity for us to trade in. So let's just take away those drawings for now. Let's see what this looks. Okay, you see, this is what this token is doing. This token has been going was has been climbing, has been soaring so high. It started from here somewhere at this lowest low 0.0721, and it rose to about $3.5, so to say. All right, that's 3.5. I think that's the price. 3 point, yeah. 3.7 got to 3.7, so that's a very good rise for Loopring within a very short time frame. That was from November, uh, January 2022, 2020. It rose uh, to all-time high in November 2021. So that's a very good time for that increment. So what are my bias? What are my analysis to support all of this? So let's go straight. Taking of this, let's put my drawings back. Let's see what we have here. So I said this is where we started. This is where we started. This is the very base of our support when this market started, and it has started going up ever since then. So we said from this zone where there was a supply zone here. There was a supply zone that actually brought this, and it could serve as a major support and resistance, and it took this market on on a ride. So this is a very good point for a buy. This is a very uh, good demand zone. A good demand zone for those who came in at this point. So this is where we say that for those who came in from this point, let's see how many percentage. All right, this is over close to 1,000%. So this is 916%. So that's the 10x we talked about. That's the 10x that we talked about. So that's a very good opportunity for those who understand how this works. So what are we expecting Loopring to do within 2 to 3 days interval or within next week? It's just to say, what are we expecting? From the analysis we drew here, we have to see what we've expected, what have happened in time past, and what we're expecting to happen within some days to come. Within days to come. So when you look at what I have on my chart, you discover that there was there was a serious decline of the market. From this point, when it got to all-time high, the market dropped tremendously. And there was this blue axis, this blue zone, I tagged this demand zone, the demand zone. There was a very strong support holding this market from going further. Look at those 2 points, 2 points, this like look like a needle, like look like a needle, like a pin downwards. These are very strong decision points to tell you that market of the sales were exhausted, the sellers were exhausted, and they had to now start buying. So they now have to start buying. So this is where we now decided that this market have exhausted its sales. So it consolidated for a while for buyers to gain momentum to buy or to make the bull run. So we saw when this market broke this diagonal line, we drew this trend line that came down all the way, right? When it came break this trend line, the moment this market broke this trend line, we expected a retracement, a pullback. When it got to this point, look at this. This is an order This is a price order. This is a price zone that got to this point. The moment it got to this point, we saw it very clearly that the market actually pulled back and came down to this axis. And the moment it did that, there was another what? Another impulse. There was another uptrend. So we will see all of these things happening. We expected there was an up and down movement in the market that gives us the opportunity for us to do all of this. So friends, when we see this demand zone, this blue axis we drew here, this actually held this market from going further up. All right, this actually held this market from going further up. That means the market will always come back and do what? A retest, do a minor retest before it pulls back again. So when you look at my using my Elliott wave, this point, you see this point of zero, the point of one, the point of two, three. I'm expecting it to come and touch this point of four, to come down to this point where I tag point four. So after it has come down to point four, there is another need for this market to get to this point five. So market moves in this form. Market must move in this pattern. Market will always go higher highs for it to really get to where it's going. So from what we have analyzed in no time, this market is going to get to $1.65. $1.65. So what does that imply? What does that imply for those who are coming into this trade? For instance, those who are really trading, who understand what we are saying, will be leveraging from what is happening right now, the bullish run that is going on in the market, taking opportunities. The moment you are able to catch this trend when it pumps up to this point, let's see how many percent you're going to make. How many percent you're going to make? Let's say, for instance, at this point here, you rally to this point, you're over 66% return on investment. 66% return on the bet. That's a very good whopping amount of money to be made. If you have $1,000 in this trade, definitely you're talking about over $660 to be made as return on investment. So when you say that, when we now look at what other opportunities are we looking at in this trade, when we look at this market getting to this all-time high, let's say getting to this place, and we expect that to happen. We expect that to happen. Let's say before we get to June. All right, before June, we expect this market to get to retest this all-time high. So when we say it's getting there at $3 for loop ring, then we are making over 210%. 210%. That's a very good opportunity for you. That's a very good opportunity. So let's see what happens again if it creates a new high. It is create a new high. Let's see if Blueprint creates a new high. Let's see if you're coming in from, let's say you're coming in now. Let's say we're coming in now. Let's see how many percent you're going to be making. You're going to be making over 550, 74%. That's a very, very loud amount of money to be made. Let's say, for instance, you're coming in with $1,000. Definitely, you'll be making close to $5,700 in this trade. So this is a loud business opportunity for those who really understand how this space works and how this business of cryptocurrencies, NFTs, and metaverse work. So these are really making people so rich. Those who really understand how to pan this market. So, friends, why am I doing all of this? It's just to give my friends the opportunity, those who really understand how these opportunities work, so that they can leverage from the market and take something out of this market. So I really want to thank you for taking your time to watch this video, and I want to still say, if you're yet not, if you still not, it's not clear to you, you can do well to drop a comment on our comment section, so that let's help you from wherever we can, so that we can interact, and we can talk more about this business. We are very passionate about these opportunities. That is why we are dropping all of this on this social media handles, so that those who really don't understand how this works begin to know that there is a lot of fortune in this ecosystem. So thank you very much for your time. Do well to drop a like on our comment section, on our social media handles, and do well to equally like us on our Twitter handles too. So it will help us a lot to do more, to continue dropping more of the signals and informations to us. Thank you very much, and remain blessed. Thank you.